Welcome back, Shura Bashemti. Welcome back to Blender for Korman for beginners. This is not the pod area. This is the overflow station, and today's episode is going to be focusing on a couple specific things. Primarily, vertex colors. You'll notice that these horse barriers here look very out of place. That's because their vertex baked coloring was imported from the hood. So they have their baked coloring all attached to them already, and yeah. You'll notice that these rooms here, which were imported from Watcher's Pub, or rather from a version of Watcher's Pub that was used in the it's not lined up right. Anyway, the version of Watcher's Pub that was basically used for the cartographer's pub, and therefore there was lighting. Like, if you look here, you'll see that my Avi is getting lit up, but the rest of the room isn't. And basically, the issue is there's baked lighting on all of this familiar geometry that I imported from from the pub, the original pub. Meanwhile, I come into here and you'll see it's all lit up properly the way we're used to, because this did not have baked vertex painting from another age layered onto everything. So, I'm coming down through here. Mind the hole. But you'll look up there, you'll see all of that is black when it should not be. And if I come running along down here, and if you look up there, all that is kind of weirdly orangish when it probably should not be. Anyway, so you'll notice that, again, there's a lot of stuff here. There's, I've imported, I've built, I've done stuff. But yeah, the main issue that I'm running into, and you'll remember with the pod too, that the outside shell was completely black when it shouldn't be. It should be being affected by the lighting. So today's episode is going to be about fixing this. Yeah. So let's go here, look at our object, and this has been stumping me. This has been super, super stumping me. How do I fix this? You can see how it's supposed to look with the lighting and the age, but it's not doing that. So what do I do? So I asked my friend Dupes, Patrick Dolboon, he's one of the other age writers, and he knew exactly what it is. We want to go to the data panel, and basically he said to me, go to the data panel and clear out the vertex colors. So, vertex colors, I'm just going to remove those. Go to this object, boop, boop, and, yeah. Let's do that. I'm just gonna, come here, delete all of this stuff that was baked on here. And you notice that the objects that I built on my own don't have those, but the imported objects do. Which is exactly the issue. The imported objects have their baked coloring. And see, this is going to be, I'm not going to be doing all of this right now, do all of it on camera, but I'm just going to choose a few select objects, just to get the point across. And here is where I'm going to show for sure. So I'm only doing the bottom one here, just so we can see how this looks in comparison. So if I go and export the age again. And I launch the age. And now you'll notice, oh, the lighting has changed. And these have gone from dark paneled walls to woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. And would you look at this? My barriers are properly colored. Although I've lost the lamp texture, but that's alright. But looky! It's a bright room now! Woohoo! Look at that! We have brightness in the room. Although it's not affecting my avatar that much, but the room is bright! Woohoo! We can actually see in here now. And you'll notice that the bottom one is a whole lot brighter now than the top one. Oh, yeah. And this room is so much brighter. The stairs are so much brighter. Floor. Look at the lighting in here. And, looky there. Now we can see the wall. Now, you'll notice that I did not remove it on this. And I'm probably not going to remove it on these, because I like the blue texturing from the silo. But look. But yep, that. Yes, I believe that has done the trick perfectly. Yeah, my barriers are looking good. And then if I'm gonna fly mode out of here. And there it is. There's the difference. Now that is all lit up and properly textured. So, yeah, that is the trick. Now that I've gotten this working, I'm going to have to go through and scrub all of that from every single imported object. But, now we know what's going on. Fall through the hole. And yes, you'll notice, indeed, this object has the exact same, all these objects from the pod that I've imported have the same thing going on. We've got baked textures on the thing that I do not want to have baked textures. Which, it can be good, but at the same time, it's still not quite doing what I want it to do. But yeah, here we go. I'm going to delete the ones from the exterior of the pod. And we're gonna export the age. And we're going to see if we finally have a properly lit exterior on this pod. And I think we will. And I'm pretty sure we will. Ooh, yeah, you can see the difference now. Look how the texturing on that's different, how the texturing in here is all different. We now have a proper shadow along the wall where the platform is. Yeah, you see? Yeah. That's more like it. Yes! The pod exterior! It has shading! It has proper texturing! Oh! Look at it. It's not just a big old shadow of nonsense. It's not nonsense. It's shadowed. It's textured. Woohoo! I've got happy feet. Woohoo! Okay. So, yeah. Now we know. That's the trick. That is the trick. Oh, and if you look in the distance, you watch as that flickers and fades. Oh, yeah, we got lighting. We've got dynamic lighting now. This is good. This is one of those little moments that you're doing something and you don't know what it's doing, and then it finally works out. Now, one of the other one of the things that you'll notice is that when I did that import, I had to get those barriers from somewhere, and I said I got those from the hood. And the reason I had to import the hood is for, well, a multitude of reasons. One of those reasons is I need to, I need to get the hood camera model. Ugh. Yeah, camera's being weird. But I need to get that hood web camera model into here, into this, thoroughly wrecked and also thoroughly vertex color baked version of the pod. Because you'll notice the textures are not playing nice with the shading. Like, there's shading where there shouldn't be. It's not. It's like, yeah. Also, yeah, I did completely do all of this texturing and retexturing off screen because let's just say that I've had a very, 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 very busy couple of months, and I've not had the mental energy to really do any of this on screen. But yeah, okay. It's time to go fix some vertex baking and all of this. But in the meantime, I'm going to talk about Uru Live. We just had a big update. Yeah, have an update to Uru Live that just went live Wednesday. That was 2 days ago, the 15th. At the time of recording this. The 15th, we had the big update for Uru. We are getting the age of TM on Monday. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, we're getting the age of TM on Monday. It's one of those ages that is TM. It's a new age that is, well, I don't want to spoil it too much because the age hasn't come out, but it's basically one of those old, it's an old dunny home basically, and it's in its own age. It's I really don't know what to say without spoiling it. It's one of our first puzzle ages that we're adding in. One of the first puzzle ages that we're officially adding into the game. Of course, Uru has had puzzle ages, but this is our first fan age that is having puzzles in it. It's the first one that we're adding new stuff. We're adding new puzzles, new stuff. And it's, there's lots of clothing updates that went in. Like we've got, we've got a lot of fancy clothes that have gone into the game now. They are, clothing updates have gone in. Come on, let me select the floor. What? Okay, I did select it. Okay, good. But yeah, we've got the new update in the game. We've got new clothing. We've got a lot of returning clothing items. We have, we have a lot of cool stuff that's come into the game with this latest update, and yes, we are aware of some specific buggy issues. There's a hot fix that's planned to there's a hot fix that's planned to come in on the I forget what I don't think we've actually assigned a day to it yet. We're still in the process of getting things, we're still in the process of actually, getting the actual it's the winter holidays, basically. You know how busy this time of year gets with family and everyone coming to visit, your aunts and your uncles and your parents wanting to monopolize all of your time. It's like we all have our jobs and we all have our lives, and Uru is strictly a volunteer work project for a lot of us. It's Uru is a passion project for a lot of us, and that passion project, we need to have passion and the time to do it, and it takes time to be able to do these things, because it's it's a process, and it's a lot of work, and it's a lot of testing, and we put in a lot of hours into this stuff, even though it's a volunteer work. We're not really getting paid for this. We're just doing this out of the fun of our hearts, the goodness of our hearts, the love of the game. Yeah. So what's the case with the overflow station, huh? Let's talk about the overflow station for a bit. The overflow station, that is a project that is meant to tie into the Lake Light situation. If you remember, a couple months back, we had a mini little story arc over a week involving Wayne Todd and his mysteriously damaged Relto book washing up onto shore in the ferry terminal docks, and people being very concerned. The overflow station is the place that he discovered, and that overflow station is going to be, it's going to be part of the Lake Light project eventually. We're figuring out ways to, we're figuring out the ways that it's going to be affecting things, and we've already figured out the way it's going to affect things, although we've got to actually get, the mechanics of things in there, and, time to save this, and then export it again and see how that looks. Yeah. That shadow texture is looking a little, glitchy. I'm gonna have to work on that. Ooh, that's looking nice. Very, very good. Oops. Did I? Yes, I did. I forgot to get that one. Yeah, some of the lighting on this is, I'm gonna have to fix it. There's something weird going on with some of this, but it's looking better. Avatar. Go 5. Ah. Well, this is looking a whole lot nicer. And now I can actually see the pod plates through the crystals. Look at that. That's much shinier. It's much brighter. Oops, still got some shadowing going on there. This place is feeling very, bright and lit up. And, yeah, you'll notice there's some weird shadows going on here. But, now that I've actually managed to strip out the shading, you'll notice that it's kind of looking very repetitive. I'm going to have to rework the texturing in here, but at least it's no longer giving me some glitchy visuals. It's a lot more, what's the word? It's a lot more glass-like than it's a lot more, I'm seeing the shadows where, I'm not seeing shadows where there shouldn't be shadows. Like, I am legitimately seeing, like, this place is supposed to be very bright, very, very strangely lit due to all the crystals on everything. Now you can actually see the floor, and you can see the stuff under there, and the ceiling is not completely dark where I need it to be lit up and not lit up and shadow. Missed a few bits here and there, but yeah, okay, this is looking much better. I'm gonna have to rework a lot of the texturing in here now that that it's actually looking like now that it's looking a lot better. There's a lot of repetitive texturing in here. There's a lot of stretchy texturing. It's not looking its best just yet, but I will work more on that once I import the hood camera and, complete the visuals of the destruction in here and all of that. And yeah, this is actually looking a lot better. That was a very needed, that was a very much needed, that was an issue that I was dealing with that needed to be dealt with, and now it's been dealt with, and things look a whole lot nicer. Well, this is looking nice, although now that there's visible lighting, I can see where some of the seams in the wall are. And also, ZLZ imported the floor texture wrong, and it's all, ugh. Yeah, well, I still need to clear out the baked lighting on some of these things, and you can see the difference here. I did it on this side, I didn't do it on this side, I didn't do the pillars on this, but if I run all the way over here, you'll see I did redo a bit here. I did all of these little bits here. I missed that one platform, though. Okay, and now we're gonna get into something important. So, you'll notice these little, spindly bits are, they're all inside out. But why are they inside out, you might ask? Didn't I just copy and paste and mirror this entire side of the room? That's right, I did. I took this side of the room over here with all of these little spindles, which you'll notice, despite being improperly textured, are the right way around. So here's another. So in addition to whenever you are scaling an object, you're gonna want, whenever you mirror an object, you are gonna want to do the Control-AS bit, because look at these little banister bits. They're all inside out. What am I supposed to do with inside out banister bits? I gotta turn them around. That's a lot of banister bits. That's a tedious amount of banister bits. I might as well delete all of the banister bits and put in new banister bits all on my own. That's actually probably what I'm going to do. Another addendum. I'm just going through and I'm not even bothering with deleting them and replacing them. I'm just selecting all of them and I'm recalculating their faces and making sure that they are facing the right way out. Because I already did the Control AS to show where inverted scaling was, and I just did not go in and I did not correct this because. But yeah, when you're mirroring an object, X, Y, Z, whatever, you're gonna end up with negative scaling somehow. I don't understand how. Blender is Blender. It does weird things. Yeah, you're gonna want to come back in and edit. You just want to come back in afterwards and recalculate all the faces on your inverted objects, because Blender will not, for whatever reason, actively, it just inverts everything. I don't understand it. Yeah, this is tedious. You don't need to see all of it, but I am showing that I am at least doing it because you guys need to see that I'm doing it. Recalculate. Oh, right. Also, one last thing I realized. So you see over here, there's this in these little windows here, these little grabby corners. You grab the grabby corner, you get to make a new window. Crap, now I have an extra window I don't know what to do with. Oh, collapse. Collapse. How do I get rid of this? How do I? Yeah, anyway, now I have an extra window that I don't know what to do with. Yeah. Okay, now we got lighting on this. These bits that are supposed to have lighting there. It's supposed to be in the dark and shadows and da. Anyway, yeah. And now we got the lighting up there going, well, yep. I'm still missing the orbs on those. I don't know why. I may have to get a new texture for those. I may have to actually physically replace the texture on those bits. Even though I swear I removed the anyway. Oh. So, one last addendum before I, end this. So, I was checking the texture for the fire marble, and it was set all the way down here to black. So, I'm wondering if I set this all the way up to here to the diffuse color to light, and then if I go and export the age again, and there it is. So yeah, that's word of the wise. If you're having issues with a texture on an imported object showing up black after doing all that other stuff, make sure that its diffuse color is actually something that isn't pitch black, I guess. Don't ask me why Cyan did it that way. I don't know. I'm not Cyan. I'm just me. Hey, this side of the room is better. Yeah, I still have no idea what to do with this texture. I'll probably color it now that I've got the actual texture. I'll probably retexture it now that I've got the coloring better. But anyway, now I've got all this lighting better. I think I know how to proceed going forwards and so on and so forth. This is such a much nicely brighter room. Although I wish it made my avatar, it reflected on my avatar better. But, oh well. You can only do so much at a time. I may have to get a new texture for those. I may have to actually physically replace the texture on those bits. Even though I swear I removed the anyway. Oh, while I have you here, check out this. It's not the right watercolor, but this is was a very tedious project to create a model map of Agira, or of the cavern, in fact. This is all, this is the cavern, or rather, the cavern lake. It's not an accurate depiction of the cavern walls at all. It's mostly just the lake. I may need to put a light in here. But yeah, now we're starting to see things start to blend together better. Look at this framing up there. Now that's gonna catch the eye, yeah. But yeah, the overflow station. This is that, and it is, it's overflowed. It overflows. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, so works in progress, many, many, many works in progress. Yeah, now the lighting is starting to work better. Anyway, yeah, so, that's, probably where I'm gonna leave this for now. I don't know how long I've been rambling and talking, but, okay, that is today's episode, Vertex Paint Baking, and I'm gonna have to go in and fix a whole bunch of other stuff. But yeah, lessons to learn. If you're importing an object from another age and it has baked-in lighting, make sure to clear those. And when you're mirroring objects, make sure to do your Control-AS like you would be doing if you are, and make sure that all your objects are right side out if you've mirrored an object. Because when you mirror an object, that also causes things to be turned inside out with negative scaling and all of that nonsense. Blah. God, the ceilings look so much nicer though with that actual shading naturally lighting it. Yeah, I'm liking this. This is turning out better now. Even though you've never seen, this is actually literally the first time you're seeing this place. It's yeah. Anyway. I'm gonna call it an episode. Yeah, so, thank you for watching, Shora Bashimti, and I will see you, hopefully not after a couple months of doing nothing, but, yeah, we will see. We will see when we see you next, and I hope you have a good, holidays. Happy holidays, whatever you celebrate, whatever you don't celebrate, have a good rest of December. I will hopefully see you all on the 20th, on Monday, for the TM Age release. If not, say hi to Kelsey for me. Yeah, see you next time. Shora.